Hello everyone. Today's going to be a little bit more of a chill and relaxed stream. We're going to try out the most difficult weekly adventure because it seems like it'll be pretty easy. So I'm wondering if this would be a good time to be able to unlock epic relics or, well, epic relic slots, level up your characters, because people always ask me what's the best way to level up characters. Generally, it's always doing the toughest challenge you have access to, but sometimes there's weeklies that are very easy but are still like high stars, and so that's actually like the fastest and easiest way to grind through levels, especially if the modifiers actually help your champion. So like here, if you need to level up your Tom Kench, this might be the perfect place to do it. So we're going to be just playing a Misfortune. It's a fun build. We should be able to clear it very easily, but we can also just get a sense of the difficulty of the challenge. So we'll just have fun with this. And let's see how difficult this adventure is. Alright. Allies having Overwhelm. Hello, Vexing. Yep, we already have Overwhelm, so that's not really needed. Slow but steady, not really going to help us, but another champion means we could do that kind of silly Spectral Scissors play, so sure. Alright. Nox Crea? Never really know how to say this one. Alright, Arena. Is this your weekly? Yes, this is the most difficult weekly. We're testing it out to see how difficult it really is, because if it's really easy, might be the best time to level up your champions. So honestly, I'm doing this on my high level account. We might actually go and test this out on my low level account. Sure, let's have fun with monkey business, just buff up our monkeys even more. So yeah, they just start off with 2 mana, which isn't crazy, even with that vicious enemy. And they have to create the arena in hand. They don't actually get it already on the board summoned. So yeah, this doesn't seem very difficult at all. Hey, Long. Hello, Jump. No, it's easy. Yeah, that's what I figured. That is what I figured. We'll save Misfortune for our attack turn.
I'll burn for what I've done.
And yeah, we'll just drop this here.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat. Say your farewells.
Alright, not too bad. These two will kill each other at the end of the round.
Hey there, little one.
Oh, you gotta love Spectral Scissors.
Love ya.
Such a good time.
Fortune smiles.
So even though we blasted through this, it still seems like an even easier version of like the Draven adventure or wherever this one's from. Sure, let's just go full aggro. Yes, I have stabilize. That's the one power I got at the beginning. Support champion, Ziggs, Teemo. Sure, let's go here. Some more champion draw for our Misfortune, not bad. Although, a free attack would be good. Foes 5 or plus power units have fearsome. Next to strike, create a Shadow Fiend in hand. Both these aren't too bad. Let's go ahead and go for the Shield Breaker. And let's get rid of these 3. I've been trying to think up some different builds for the Fear Cleaving Axe, and most of the builds that I can think of, it's like, yes, you could do this, but at the same time, it's like, why bother? So like Nar, yes, you can boost everyone and get higher impact, but do you really want to get rid of one of your other relics? Nar is one we need to test. I feel like he's like borderline, and it will potentially be decent. But I was thinking about some others. This is still going to release their unit, but that's fine. Could use a Make It Rain. Like Fear Cleaving Axe, it's wonderful for Lux. Really good there. It's decent.
Nothing but powder monkeys.
I mean, yeah, we can just... It's decent for Vex, but even then it's not actually that amazing. It'll be great if they change it so that Vex, your star power, glooms all targets. If they do that, then it will be good. Congrats on getting your epic slot on Bully.
That's why I'm the captain.
He's pretty great with epics. I mean, he's great in general. But yeah, Fear Cleaving Axe isn't actually amazing for Vex. If they change their star powers around, it'll definitely be better. Sure, let's just grab Parlay. Scribe's always fun, especially with the 1 mana we can then play our Misfortune. I don't think I'll actually just go crazy dumping mana. Well, Smooth Soloist, champion item. Let's actually just go for our champion item, so we don't really care about losing money then. So Legion Marauder. Yeah, Portal Pals is good for him. For Volley. I feel like Fear Cleaving Axe for most other people is just kind of more of a meme. Like, you could use it for Lilia, and I guess you could get 2 Lilias on the board, so potentially both of them would have it go off. I suppose that could be good. Gotten. Oh, yeah. No, I had the message... I had the message already typed up and ready to go. I was just waiting till I started streaming because I wrote it early. But then, yeah, when I started actually streaming, I forgot to hit the button to send. So again, no, or not our main champion. A little sad.
Nagakaburos guide us.
Well, yeah, we can just drop that there. Yeah, I suppose Fear Cleaving Axe could actually work for Lilia if you wanted to scale your units, because you could get twice the effect of getting 2 Lilias on the board. You just have Spirit, so it just scale up your whole board a lot. That one would maybe be worth testing out. Just while we wait for the next patch to come out, I'm mostly just focusing on trying to theory craft more builds. Hey, Jubilant. Nope, just felt a little bit more chill. Didn't want to deal with webcam today. Yeah, that's the issue, is Fear Cleaving Axe. It's not like you need to use it on her at all. Let's just drop this to keep them from attacking. There we go. The next patch will be in like 2 weeks. Roughly. I mean, it should be like the end of the month.
Always forward.
Let's actually drop this. We just have a massive scout attack.
I helped build this empire. I've embarrassed foes twice your size.
Yeah, they do a patch like every month, pretty much.
Is this the death you
Well,
imagined?
GG. We don't know what's coming next. I mean, hopefully Constellations will be next patch. Hopefully. But again, they have not confirmed that at all. That is one thing this week on Wednesday in my interview, I'm going to ask about any update for Constellations. Because, yeah, they said it was coming soon. That was a while ago. You guys help us out at all? Let's cut this. We're never really gonna play it. Hey, Exhausted.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
Hopefully your surprise Fiddlesticks drop. Very Canada to surprise with Fiddlesticks. Yes, that would be pretty hilarious. If they didn't tell anyone beforehand, just suddenly Fiddlesticks. Hey, Cardiac. Welcome. Surprise party Fiddlesticks. That was always such an iconic skin.
Hey there, little one. Love ya.
You know, for this build, you could maybe throw on a
Smiles.
Luden's Tempest to increase all their damage. The initial patch video is just a 1-minute video of the title screen, then suddenly Fiddle jump scare. Last Breath Rally won't actually really help us because they're not dying until the round's already over. So let's go for a Flash Bomb. Titanic Wake. We'll get this, and hopefully we can get our Misfortune just a little bit more power, because right now she's at 6. So if we can just get her 2 more power, she can then hit 8, so she'll get that additional 8/8. So that should be fun. Let's see. I don't really want to deal with stuns. So sure, let's go for Reckless Trifarian. Yeah, triple epic relic Misfortune is pretty fun. If you get last breath rally on powder monkeys, you would essentially be an infinite attack turn. No, because it's round start. It's not when you get the attack token. It's not like saplings. Like saplings would do that, yes, but not powder monkeys. Also, I was thinking about using potentially the Fear Cleaving Axe on Elise. but especially after the
Nothing but
last
powder monkeys.
Elise video, it's like, what's really the point? Like, we're already destroying every single round so fast, so quickly. Yeah. Well, so for Elise, you could go for the common relic, GG. Oh, actually not GG, we're one away. So we need, let's just kill it with poison dart. Oh, there.
That's why I'm the captain.
So for Elise, what I was thinking about was the common relic that gives you impact and spirit. So every time she attacks, she's increasing all of her spiderlings impact and spirit, so essentially boosting them all. But then you could also pair that with the fear cleaving axe to again boost them all again. But it was like, do we pair it with Gale Force so we can attack twice? If we do that, we then don't have our Spirit of the Buru. But if we do use Gale Force, then Elise is going to get recalled, so then we get 2 attacks initially. But then she's going to get recalled, we potentially won't get more attacks. Yeah, I've been just trying to think through a lot of different builds and trying to find some unique solutions, but it's kind of difficult. Have you prepared questions in advance for the 15th? Or are you just going to wing it? No, I've prepared a bunch of questions. Sure, give us more odds to draw our misfortune. Although we could reroll, try something a little bit more fun. Let's leave and see. All right, champion item right there. Yeah, we'll save our rerolls to try to make sure our misfortune hits Titanic. So, Evershade Stalker. Dreams of Yordles is a cheap alternative to Voidboard Carapace. Yes, and it's kind of better, honestly. Thank you, Happy Potato. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. So, Dreams of Yordles is honestly just better than Evolution or Voidborn Carapace, because that one, it gives you the extra stats like initially, but with Dreams of Yordles, normally you're gonna get more stats even faster. Now, you could pair both of them together and just try to have these massive spiderlings right away. That could be kind of funny. They have the attack tokens. Let's not play Misfortune. Sure, let's just try to kill both of those. Hello, board.
Well, it was fresh.
Great to have you back. Let's pass and see what they play. Yeah, let's just get rid of both of those. Like, they're gonna get them back right here, but we just wanted them to not have it while blocking.
Man overboard.
Yeah, maybe we'll just go for a build that's all about massive spiderlings, but maybe not as many stats. We'll maybe look at that once we finish this here. I recently got a Lilia OTK on Lysandra. Nice.
Guns blazing. Love ya.
GG. Massive spiderling, but not massive as far as keywords. Sorry.
A Vandal scout leaves no trace.
By the way, they're planning on fixing the capture with ephemeral copies. I have no idea. I mean, I hope so, but yeah. I just did a Mord OTK. I love Corrupted Star Fragment. Yeah, Mordekaiser's great. He's another one that I'm like trying to think up more builds for. We need 2 power. Come on, give us 2 power. We saved literally all of our rerolls. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of this one. And Misfortune versus Misfortune.
Sure you can handle me?
I had double stabilize and saplings at rally. That's, yeah, pretty ridiculous. Let's get rid of these 3. We just need our Misfortune. This will be pretty ridiculous.
Nothing but powder monkeys.
Oh man. This is gonna be so massive. Oh. GG.
That's why I'm the captain.
Alright, so 3k XP. That's similar to Galio, right? I think Galio is 3,000 something. Yeah. So this is definitely easier than Galio. So, like, granted, our build kind of went out of control there, but at the same time, it's still definitely easier. Yeah, like 3.2, that's what I figured. I mean, Galio is also 3.5, so it makes sense for them to give roughly equivalent. But way easier than Galio, so if you don't think your champion is capable of going through, like, Aesol yet, I mean, this is probably easier than the other 3 stars, both Thresh and Kaisa. So, yeah, I do think this is going to be a great time to go ahead and upgrade any of your relics to epic or to level up your champions. Yeah, I hope they extend this again, the legend level. We're getting close. All right, so Elise. We could go for Voidborn Carapace. So when we play our Spiderling, they'll essentially get 2/2. And then every time we attack, our Dreams of Yordles will also be giving them additional 1/1 and impact. I'm 4 champion away from Finish the Grind. What's a good Samira relic? So for Samira, if you want a solid rare relic only build, Crown Guard, very nice. You can normally trigger your rally and then be able to attack and end the game. Dreadway Chase Gun is also great for being able to have free cards to essentially get your rally off, because you need to play 6 cards. This is 2 of them right there. This also gives you your Nexus damage for your cost reduction for your star powers. And then the last one that's usually good to pair it with is Troll King's Crown. Well, any Overwhelm. So you could put in the Beast Within, but as far as a rare relic build, this one is quite solid. As far as the first one you want to use, if your champion's low level, that's going to be a little bit up to you. Each of these individually is solid. It's not like they have to be together. So just giving you Samira Overwhelm can be really helpful. Just doing the warning shots also can be really helpful. Or Crown Guard. So this is normally the rare relics I would go for Samira. What's the top slot you had equipped before changing the loadout? Beast Within. Yeah, that's why I unlocked the epic slot. Samira doesn't really need any epics, but she uses Troll King's crown, so Beast Within is just like a better version of that. That being said, Samira with Oath is pretty nutty. Pretty nutty. For Elise, though, what should we do for the third slot? Like, we could go for Fear Cleaving Axe to boost up our units so they're constantly scaling up even more. We could go for the Beast Within so that they all have an additional 1/1 and Overwhelm. Because then they'd have Overwhelm, Evolve, Spirit, and Impact, Fearsome, and then they would also have Tough because they get Tough from the level ups. So they should be able to trigger their Evolve and get an additional 2/2. I mean, I feel like with this build, Fear Cleaving Axe would be better than Norah's Relic. Oh, this is definitely not going to be a optimal build. The last Elise build is 100% way better than this. I was just trying to think of other kind of fun builds to go with. Like, let's grab this, and we're probably actually not going to finish it, but let's hop in here. Let's just see if, hey, look, we're up against Spiderling. That's perfect. Okay. Not bad. All right, Spiderling. Normally when I want to test a build, I will take it into the weekly adventure, even if I'm like going to quit right away. That way I don't have to deal with it getting mad at me for quitting. Because once the week's over, that adventure's gone. So yeah, I think this is just going to be a massive spider.
Where are you?
Flitter out from the darkness.
Please, I have connections.
So this is 6/5, but we're getting the extra 2/2. So should be a little bit lower, 4/3. But a 4/3 round 1, that's not bad. And
Get her along,
yeah, the other ones we summon are also immediately just 4/3 as well.
come, stay a while. What's your hurry?
The good thing with the Beast Within is, like, all of our units are getting the buff from it.
Swinging.
We could use a bite.
No.
Yeah, those are definitely very large spiders. No, the Evolve's triggered, I think.
That wasn't so bad now, was it?
Sure. Let's do Vile Maw. This one has quick attack. We play for free. I thought they had enough keywords. Maybe it wasn't triggered. We'll see. If it didn't trigger, then yeah, it's going to be even more crazy.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
I see you.
Skitter out from the darkness.
Go away.
Yeah. Well. Only 5.
Smell that? A fight's a-cooking!
They're... I guess evolve doesn't count for itself. Well, so the Spiderlings have 1 extra keyword, because they have tough that Elise doesn't.
I dance not to forget, but to remember.
Okay, there we go.
Stomach.
Okay, yeah, evolve doesn't count itself.
Come, stay a while.
You're gonna be sorry.
Yeah, we can drop this
Shoulder
here.
set, blade sharpened. Plant that lead foot. Don't worry, I've danced this 100 times. Fight for the first lands. Watch me now.
You won't.
Alright, so Spiderlings are even bigger. So yeah, this is definitely more of a meme build, but if you just want like the biggest Spiderlings possible, pretty solid.
Some of us are only human.
That was very sad. I wanted to get my Ludens, but instead today I got the stupid spatula. Felt bad. Sure, let's just get a bunch of mana. Why did you say 5? Yeah, golden spatula. Maybe once they buff it, then I'll buy it.
I must become the leader they need.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Alright, let's go ahead and drop our flawless duet.
Hello.
There we go.
Follow my lead.
Skitter out from the darkness.
And every time we attack, they get the 1 power from the attack, and then the extra 1/1 from the spirit. Goodness.
Some of us are only human.
Why do they have to make the delete button just above the send button? It always happens to me. Let's go for House Spider. And sure, some more for our champion. Voidling Shell could be interesting, but it could give us something we already have. I think let's be consistent and just go with Barrier. Is there anything we have? I don't think we've picked up multiple copies of really anything. Just in case for the memes. Sure, let's get rid of the Defiant Dance. Alright, Zoe. I mean, we evolve... Yeah, that's why we got the barrier, to try to hit that right away. We're hopefully also going to have our Aurelia that we can play consistently as well. Silence a follower. Well, that's no fun.
Where they fall, freedom grows.
There's nothing to fear. To me, my darling.
Oh, it's so much.
I see you.
And yeah, with the Voidborn Carapace, we get even more keywords.
You won't suffer long.
Wonderful. Oh, Lisa's so much fun.
Invaders leave this place and never return.
It's always great when you can actually use a common relic and have it be a solid choice. Regen, more keywords. All right, just give us like evolution. Come on, you can do it. Sharing is caring. Or we could re-roll for evolution. Yeah, I feel like this would be probably better. Yeah, Lost Chapter is another one that is great. Let's go for a Crown Guard, try to get another power. Thank you, Asphyxia. Let's go with that. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. Yeah, that is definitely sad how some things get nerfed before you get to play with it. Like, there's all the people that didn't get to experience... what is it called?
As they protect us.
Gale Force, that's what it is. Didn't get to have fun with that. And then also, like, Gatebreaker, old Gatebreaker.
There's nothing.
Especially the people that got to play with triple Gatebreaker. Like, I wish. That would have been so much fun. Hey, Spicy Toast, my first time joining the live stream, though I've seen all your stream uploads to YouTube. Want to say I started with absolutely zero knowledge on Path of Champions, so I watched your videos and they helped me a massive amount. Still watch all your content to this day and help me make a lot of progress. Yes, it's Asphyxia. Wonderful. Happy to be able to help you out.
Fight for the first lands!
It's so much damage.
We could use a bite.
GG.
Invaders leave this place and never return.
Elise really is wonderful once you actually get her to 3 stars. I remember leveling her was a little bit more rough. Stabilize is okay, but not necessarily amazing. think I'd rather re-roll. Like, I'd rather get evolve. Like, yes, it gives all the keywords again to everyone. Maybe. No. The funny thing here is Undying Legion is great, but we're not having any units die. When you attack, you'll summon 2 spiders. Yeah, that's true. Reunited. We don't have anyone die. Alright, come on. Glory, help me out. 2 Vanguard lookouts. Alright, let's go for welcome gifts. Vanguard lookouts, we would scale them up decently well with the evolve, spirit, impact, all of that. But let's go for more keywords every time we're summoning something. And also when we get evolve right here, it'll give us even more stats. Come on. Damn. So sad. I've been having bad luck lately when it comes to that. Sure, we'll get rid of a blocker, I guess. Alright, Petty Officer. Let's get rid of these. Let's... Other fearsome allies have 1 power. I'd rather get another Spiderling, to be honest. It's gonna be bigger than this anyways.
I've whipped up something special. I know what lurks in the shadows.
I see you.
Hearts now.
GG.
Leaving so soon, the little ones will miss you.
Yeah, we might also hop over to my lower level account. See how some of these, see how difficult the, I guess we could shout at them. How difficult the 3-star is on more average champions. Let's get rid of this. Alright, Nautilus.
They will know my name.
Can you actually get double attack from welcome gifts? I don't actually know if that's one of the ones it can generate. Because if you can, then yes, that's absolutely amazing. No, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember that actually being something you could do. Oh, game freaked out. With what Bilgewater champ did you complete ASL on your low level account? Nami. I think I did Nami. Yeah, I didn't get shards for Alawi.
I must become the leader they need.
So I think we're actually going to use this here because we actually want the Phantom Prankster to die so we get an extra Spiderling next round. So play this. We'll have 3. This will give us 1 more. Yeah, we should be fine. Yeah, I'm not summoning Elise this turn. I'm not. I did it with Zed. I think Misfortune was in the deck too. Hello, Enzo.
There's nothing to fear.
We have these massive units. If only we did get Evolve or Evolution. So sad.
We could use a bite.
GG.
You won't suffer long.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while either. I don't know if they took Evolution out of the pool. I can't remember the last time I saw it.
And never return.
Well, wait. No, I think I saw it actually like a week or 2 ago, but I think it just wasn't as on a very impactful champion. I think I got it on someone that only had like a couple keywords, so it didn't really matter. It was just like whatever. But whenever I've been playing a keyword stacking champion and I've been looking for it, I haven't gotten it in a long time. So that build is definitely pretty cheesy. The build we showcased a couple days ago is 100% better. But if you just want to get some giant spiderlings, it is pretty silly. And one thing I'm wondering, I'm still waiting for a second Luden's Tempest here. What do you guys think would work well as a build if we wanted to go more for a Lilia that's just working on attacking and boosting up all your units? Love that Elise is good with a common relic. Yes. It is very nice. Found Fortune. I think you have like a bunch, including Dewdrop Harvest. This kind of shuts down Found Fortune for you. Secret Technique on stats. Spectral Scissors. We want to scale up our units, not necessarily have them die. I mean, I suppose you could try to throw on Archangel Staff, but... Oh, that's not... Didn't want to put it there. You're still... It's not going to go off every round, because anytime you sleeper, it's not going to happen. Because so many units are getting all this extra spirit. I feel like it can work. I guess you could also go for Blade Rack to focus on all your units just attacking and getting the best possible trades. So if you wanted to have more of like a support board focus kind of play style, I definitely don't think this is going to be like the new meta play for Lilia, but could be interesting. I mean, I only have one epic slot on her at the moment. Baited and Augment could be interesting. You would be able to scale her up pretty well, because you're going to be targeting her. You will be triggering Augment, so we could, yeah, pair this with Chosen potentially. Yeah, Chosen might be the best option here. I wish this one, the Utmost Despair, was a summon effect, because it would have been so funny for Lilia to be better at Gloom than Vex. Troll count is possible if we want to just focus more on our board even more. Man, I have 10 of these. Oh my word. So yeah, throwing on a Overwhelm Relic and just focus on having big units plus all your units being able to make the best possible trades. It's possible. It's possible. Chosen, it would be better if you want to focus a little bit more on your Lilia. This would be, or especially if you put Beast Within, a little bit better if you want to focus on your whole board. Normally with Lilia, you can have a completely full board, so it would work. I've just been trying to use this relic on more people than just like Lux, because Lux is amazing with it, but haven't really found too many other people that would want to use it. Granted, we could actually go for... Right, this was something I was thinking about testing out. Going with Norah, so you have the extra starting mana, you're giving them impact anyways, and then when you're attacking, you're adding more impact as well. Now, the Spectral Scissors is kind of going against the stacking impact. That being said, you normally have a full board, so losing some of your units for extra damage isn't the worst. Interview in 2 days? Yes. Very excited. Also on Wednesday, so for the interview, I don't think I'll be streaming in the morning. I'll just be having that whole day just be focused on the interview. So the entire morning, like I've already done a bunch of prep beforehand, but I'm just going to be double checking and triple checking, trying to make sure everything is ready and prepared for the interview. So yeah, I probably won't be streaming in the morning or doing anything before that interview actually happens. But very excited. And hopefully Riot is able to give us some good information, let us know something about Constellations potentially, some of the new direction for the game mode overall. Yes, I am very much looking forward to the interview. Norah's units don't have enough HP to stay on the board for long. Yeah, that's why Spectral Scissors is pretty good for Norah. This was another one that I think could be interesting. Our star power is 4 cost, right? Yeah. When you play a card with a base cost of 4... I think let's hop in and just see how this works. Again, I don't expect this to be better than most other Norah builds, but I'm just really... Every single epic relic, I'm trying to find all the different use cases that it can work on. And so, with the Fear Cleaving Axe, I'm trying to find other people that it works with. So sure, let's just throw it in the last one here and see how it goes. I have Titanic Diego and Scion with Reckoner's Mark available. 2-star volley with Portal Pals. I mean, I would go for the Reckoner's Mark so you get more kills, so you get more sigils, so you get more units. That's generally what I go with. You summon a Green Glade Lookout. Created ally. Yeah, I think that'll be best. I can trigger our star powers. We'll have that impact. Yeah, I think that'll be good. All right, crack shot Corsair. Yeah, they're both Titanic, but I always try to snowball my Titanic units. So you play one, it gets a bunch of kills, so you then can play your next one, and so on and so forth. This is fine. Alright, so we could just drop our Norah right away. Sure.
Cup of tea? Fine by me.
This one will die.
See you there.
Yeah, who cares? With Norah, she's fine with letting her units die.
They're here. Sound the alarm.
Alright, so we could play this and gamble.
Step lively.
Let's see.
Doors
Come on, give us something. There we go. Beautiful. They're gonna have enough blockers for both of these. Oh, it's a bit of a waste. If only we had Overwhelm. It is crazy though how with Spectral Scissors the unit gets your star powers twice. It's one reason why scissors are so good on Norah.
Where's the artillery?
Sure, let's just kill that.
Be kind.
They're being surprisingly aggressive. We have 7 cards left.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Oh man. We just got all the portals. I guess that's what happens when you don't have that many cards.
Skip and a hop.
Can't stop the pain train.
Portals everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like the impact just
There once was a yodel
doesn't
who
matter
found
as
a
much.
portal. Oh.
Like, I'm thinking about this and just throwing on the Beast Within or like Troll King's Crown for that Overwhelm is gonna give us way more damage than the one impact would. Which is sad. Free attack. None of these give us created units. I mean, I guess this one does. We could use a Green Glade Warden as a rally because it is Scout plus free attack. Sure, let's try to go like that. Alright, Fae Blade Twirler. Yeah, with Norah, you put so much pressure on the enemy so quickly, and also you have your units die so often that you're not, like, stacking the impact doesn't really matter as much. That's kind of the problem I always have with Fear Cleaving Axe. It's like you can find places where it works and it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it's just always better options other places.
Portals everywhere.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Oh, I didn't have any of my things trigger, so we can't actually use this to kill them. And they're slow. We can't do two together, so yeah, they're still going to get a attack off. Sure. Let's drop this.
Yeah. How you doing? Beamer.
Underestimate. I dare you.
All right, let's see if we get lucky here.
Doors to adventure.
There we go.
Step lively.
And sure, let's attack like this.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Want to see these moves up close?
Yeah. The extra impact just doesn't make it worth it.
There once was a yordle who found a portal home.
I guess maybe if... Well, I was thinking if you're like a little bit lower and you're somehow struggling to close out games, but it's just not doing that much for you. Even when you're like early leveling up, if you somehow have an epic relic, pretty much any other epic relic is going to help you out more. Deathless is fun, but Shadow Totem is great. Let's go ahead and go for that. Alright, Crimson Aristocrat. Let's get rid of most of these. We just want to get our Norah. There we go. Yeah, like a rare relic would be more helpful than this.
And a cat in the lap.
Like just going for Overwhelm, like Gold King's Crown, is probably going to help us more than this one will.
Portals, portals, up and down and all around. I've done it.
Yeah, the only champion where it's broken is Lux Illuminated. And I'm trying to find places where it's not broken, but it's good. And I'm just kind of struggling to find places where it's even like good enough that it's worth choosing other, like, over other options. Where here it's like it's good enough, but everything else is better. So it's not like it's useless, it's just everything else is better for us. Pretty much Niddly Run now. Well, Scissors Run to be more accurate. Sure. Well, it's normally good, but it's gonna mess with our Norah attack. Yeah, we don't need anything. Screw it. We're fine.
I'll
Let's get rid of this.
lead the way.
Norah is such a fun champion, though. Like, even without the busted relics, her playstyle's great. Definitely a wonderful addition to the game. Honestly, most of the recent champions we've gotten have been very solid. Like, Lilia is very fun and gives us a interesting playstyle. This is a... We'll see what they do. Alright, that's kind of what we thought. Anyways, Lilia is really good. Gives us a very interesting playstyle, fun powers. Yes, I still have issues with the starting deck, but overall, still a great champion. Lux Luminated. Interesting spin on an existing concept. Really fun playstyle. Again, really solid starting deck. Really wonderful. GG. Norah. Very fun, great mechanic.
Portals, up and down and all around.
Wonderful for Path of Champions. Really, the only outlier is like Vex. Vex is the only one out of the new ones that really struggles.
A journey's end is just another's beginning.
And while Vex is pretty awful, I think there's definitely easy ways to fix it. Like, for one, just changing her power, because instead of boost all enemies, just Gloom. Just hit them all with Gloom. It won't be too overpowered. You don't have to change the second star power, even though you should. But even if you don't change it, if you just change that, then suddenly Vex is way more playable. Just created both Ornn and Voli from Portal Pals. Nice. Sure, let's go for sharing is caring again. We're just getting all the same things over again. Let's get rid of a card. So, Boom Baboon. So yeah, while Vex did bother a lot of people and was pretty sad that happened, definitely remember that, like, overall, all the champions we've gotten recently, other than Vex, have been really good additions to the game.
Bring the others. I'll remember them.
Sure, let's just drop this. It is an interesting one that kind of makes you think, like, where did they test Vex compared to the other champions, and like, how did they think Vex was on par
I seem to have misplaced my
with their other champions? It's definitely an interesting one.
Step lively.
Oh my word. 273. Oh man. Maybe they tested with the first 2-star. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Portals, up and
I
down
mean,
and all around.
I would hope that they would test her after to make sure. And hopefully it's not just a case where they tested her with the old 2 stars. I was like, oh, this is good. Maybe a little bit too strong. And then they decide to nerf it.
Bless my socks, I've done it.
I'm really worried that... I don't really want to be overly cynical, because I try to be positive about the game as much as possible. Oh, for a second I thought that was Black Cleaver on Norah. So yeah, I try not to be cynical, but I kind of feel like they saw this power, it was really good, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just add this to Constellations, so this can be one of the powers they get, when they level up the champion to like 4 or 5 stars or whatever. And so like the champion's intentionally kind of shitty to start, and then they get better later. If I was more cynical, it'd be like, yes, that's 100% what they did. Trying to not think that that's the case. Granted, if that turns out to be what happened, then that's pretty sad. They teased us for the Vex 6-star. Yeah. Sure, deep cuts is fun. Not like anything's really going to help us. Alright, Intrepid Mariner. Didn't they say one champion from each region will get a constellation for starts? Because Bandle City is Norah? I think they said that, but I'm not 100% sure. I remember that being said or talked about when constellations were first mentioned, but I don't know if that was people from the community saying that or if that was Riot saying that. But I remember that being said, yes. All I know is Aatrox is getting constellation, yeah.
What wondrous discoveries await below?
We don't want to play Norah because it's not our attack turn. They're out of mana.
Oh dear!
Joy is a good look in a book and a cat in a lap.
I'm hoping we can break the 300,
Maybe. Step lively.
but haven't gotten there yet. I'm hoping we can do that for the final boss.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Also, it seems a little weird for Norah to get to 6 stars, because I feel like she's already so overpowered, or like can be with certain builds, that like them going to 6 stars isn't really that impressive. Like Aatrox going to 6 stars, that's great because he's a good champion
There once was a
that
Lord
definitely
who found a portal home.
could still use some help. Like, he's a good champion that definitely has room for improvement. But, like, Norah or Relian Soul or Jinx, like LeBlanc, any of those going to 6 stars, it's like, okay, they already were broken and destroyed everything in the game. And now they do that even more. So, like, all the S tier champions, I kind of don't want them to get constellations first. Let's go for Hero's Horn, because Norah's more important, although Mr. Thrift is always fun. Yeah, Pyke would be another one that they're a fun champion, they have a good kit. We could get the Grand Landmark. I think this has been offered to us twice, but yeah, not going to bother. Right now, it's just Norah decimating everything. We can get rid of this. What's our cards at? 28.
Let's
Alright,
go,
Fizz.
Goblin.
Yeah, Pyke is a lot of fun. He would be a great one for them to further improve. The thing is, they need to be using the constellations to improve champions, not fix champions. And I feel like with Vex, if Vex was one that got constellations, it would just be fixing their core kit to make them actually playable. Aesol should be stronger than any normal champion, but him getting a constellation would be way over the top. Exactly. And I feel like the same would be true for like Jinx or LeBlanc, Nidalee. It's like some of these champions are already so ridiculous that them getting even more power,
I go.
it's kind of like, why?
Skipping
Well, their Nexus health keeps going up, and we didn't get any extra damage, sadly. Oh well, GG. Yep, no 300. I was hoping, but we didn't get anything else to help our power.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
I'm pretty sure Aurelian Soul's not getting a constellation. I was just using him as an example.
Portals everywhere.
But yeah, he'd either go to like a 7-star or they just add 2 more, but I'm pretty sure they're not doing Aurelian Soul.
Bless my socks, I've done it.
Yeah, they already made him to be ridiculously overpowered. Like, adding anything more is kind of too much. Like, if you have him at 4 stars, he's literally doubling the stats of every single unit you play. Anything adding would just be so over the top. Like, now when you play a unit, what, you triple its stats? You play Sky's Descent every time you play a unit? Like, okay, you'll win everything, but it'll be really, really boring. So there's a lot of champions. Like, Aatrox, I'm happy with him getting Constellation. I don't feel like Annie needs it, but I feel like they could definitely do something fun with her. Like, imagine if they gave Annie as one of her star powers imagine if they added this in, maybe. Like, your next star power, you're also generating a wildfire every round. Like, I think something like that could be really fun. Which obviously would be broken, but I think any constellation at 6 stars is going to be broken. Like, I think the 6-star constellation champions are going to be more on par with like Aurelian Soul or closer. So I don't think Annie needs it, but I think there's room for her to have some fun things that are added. Like, she's already really strong, so yeah, she's good. But they definitely could add some more spice into her kit. Ashe is one that is also pretty boring. Like, plain Ashe, I hate it. It's always just a slog. It's so boring. Even if I'm powerful, even if I win, it doesn't matter. It's just boring. Giving her something more interesting would be great. So trying to improve her a bit, that would be wonderful. Maybe they should do Volley. I think Volibear's in a good spot right now. I think he's already really fun, and his playstyle is great. I don't think he really needs it. Granted, they could make it even more fun, but yeah, I think Volibear's fine. Bard is another one. Like, I'm mostly, for a lot of the constellations, I'm kind of thinking of the champions that are a little bit more on the boring side, that could just use a little bit more flavor in their kit. And that is a lot of the first champions that were added into the game. Like, Bard, very basic and is good, is fun. Definitely is one that they could make a little bit better. Darius, the same way. Diana, so for all the already very strong champions, I don't really want them to add stuff to necessarily directly increase their power. I just want them to add things to make them more interesting to play. So a lot of them are already strong enough. Like Annie's obviously not as overpowered as Diana, but Annie is still really, really good. And well, for Lissandra's actually probably better than Diana, but that's another one where they're already strong enough on their own. You don't necessarily need to be adding strength with Constellations. Now, I'm sure that's still going to happen, but just making the champion more fun to play, I think, is better. Now, Aatrox is one that he's fun, but he can struggle into some of the harder challenges. He can be a bit slow at times. You have to get a little bit lucky. So him getting a little bit more power and making things more interesting will be nice. I mean, most of the Demacia champions could definitely have some stuff that's more interesting. Like Garen is another one, very simple and straightforward, which is good, especially at these lower difficulties. He's a great starter champion that works out well. Fantastic. But for adding some star powers, one thing I think they should do for Garen is throw in Garen's judgment. Like, Garen is all about spin to win, and we don't really get that at all from his normal playstyle. So for Garen, if they did like every round you make a judgment, and then if you already have one, you reduce its cost down by 1 or 2, so that you get this, and then it starts counting down, you're looking forward to it, you're seeing it in your hand, and then boom, you can pop it, hit the entire enemy board, scale up like crazy. I think this would be a great constellation for them to add, is a way to generate these judgments so you can actually lean more into Garen and his spin to win playstyle. I think that'd be great. Demacia has been one of the most vanilla born regions, even in PvP. Yeah. The other Lux, I feel like this Lux needs some star powers that actually focus on her lasers. Because like, it's a little sad that you can play this Lux and like completely avoid Lux as a champion and literally never play off these final sparks ever. So they should lean more into the final spark sort of playstyle for Lux, I feel like, because while she has a good kit, while she is strong, yeah, she's just a rally champion. Like, you don't really feel like Lux playing this champion, or you can get Lux on the board. You can generate a lot of the laser beams if you go for a build that has like Chemtech Duplicator. You have you have Arcane Comet, so like you can build Lux, and you yourself can make her that laser beam firing off heavy removal champion. But you can also play her and completely ignore that entire playstyle and just play her as a rally champion. That's often kind of better, where you can end games even faster if you just ignore Lux as a champion. So it's not the best. Yeah, for Constellations, I would really lean into adding more ways to generate final sparks. Like, every round, if you play, the first time you play a spell, you generate a final spark. I don't know. The Mage Seeker clearance is a fun spin on such a power. Yeah, so maybe something similar to that. So when you play a spell, you generate a final spark. Or just the first time each round you play a spell, you generate one. Just more ways to generate and make these, I think, would be helpful. Yeah, it's mostly a lot of the starter champs. I think Gwen is another one that is very strong. She definitely doesn't need like more help as far as strength. But adding some other little interesting parts to her kit could be nice. Speaking of which, I need to do Spectral Scissors on Gwen since it's literally made for her. It's just, yeah, it's so hard when you already have like a perfect build. Yeah, I hope they avoid Constellations for Jinx. I like LeBlanc, but I feel like even though I'm 100% sure a constellation for LeBlanc would be tons of fun, I would prefer it if they spent that resources and time on other champions that just need to be brought up, because LeBlanc is already so much fun. Kai'Sa is definitely one that I want to like. I think it can be good in theory, but she's another one that's just so boring to play normally. It's just not a good time. Like, there's some champions that are just a joy to play. You have fun, like Volibear, Norah. Whenever you're playing them, you're having a great time. Then there's other ones that are just a slog, like Kai'Sa or Ashe, and you're just like, oh my word, the game just keeps going on forever, nothing's happening. Even if you win, it takes so long, and just there's not like a satisfying ramp that's happening. Constellation on Jinx, I would, what would it be? Play her rocket every time you play or discard a card. I mean, they could also just steal the Jinx power that she already has from the bots, which is every time you attack, you play a super mega death rocket. Yeah, Poro King is a better keyword champion than Kai'Sa. I mean, Bard is a better keyword champion than Kai'Sa. Everyone's a better keyword champion. Like, it's sad. Also, one thing that's an issue is her star powers is right here. Allies with 3 or more positive keywords have 2/2, and here, grant your strongest ally a random positive keyword. The issue is this stacks up all your keywords on one unit, and this one somewhat punishes you for doing that, because then it's buffing up that unit, but then any of your other units that don't have those keywords aren't getting it. This is why for Kai'Sa, I normally would run relics. This is a monthly challenge build. But I would normally run like Troll King's Crown and Blade Rack. I would normally run these two to hit my entire board with keywords so that I could try to trigger the Void Touched. So it's like, I wish there was more ways to generate keywords for all of our units. But yeah, Kai'Sa is just an issue. They definitely could improve Nasus, 100%. Pyke is one that he has such a strong core theme. Like, the lurk mechanic is very fun. I personally love that you're like an entire deck of sea monsters, essentially. Like, not technically sea monsters because that's Nautilus, but like you're playing all of these scary sea monsters, technically lurkers, and it's a great time playing this deck. It's a great theme, it's a great play style. Him getting nerfed by PvP really sucks. There are still some fun builds you can do, but him getting some more constellations that just make him more fun would be wonderful. Pyke would be great for Bilgewater. Misfortune and Vi are definitely also some that, like, honestly, Vi needs a lot of help. It's just an issue that all of these champions, it's just all the older champions that they made very simple. Like, very simple. And, like, yes, they've been powercrafted by everyone else. They just need more help. And I would actually kind of prefer if they didn't do it in Constellations, but they just help the champion normally. And then they use Constellations to improve them. Because it kind of sucked to be like, hey, you now have a 6-star Vi, and they are equivalent to like a 3-star other champion. I definitely, don't want them to use Constellations to fix champions, only to improve them. So champions that have like a core flaw, they should fix the core flaw normally, just like in a patch. Like Ornn is one where his star power this second star power still sucks. The first time you play an ally or equipment that costs 4 or more mana, manifest equipment that reduces cost by 2. This is terrible. Give us some way to get an equipment at the start of the game. Please. Like, there's so many other equipment decks, and they all do it better than Ornn. Like, Ornn is such a critical equipment deck. They should just give us an equipment that we can improve throughout the entire game. So this is still an issue. Now, Ornn is 100% miles better where he was before the last time they changed him. Like, their improvements were wonderful, great job. But things like this, I don't want to see, like, this getting improved in a star power where, like, your 4th star power that you get now makes you get an equipment at the start of the game. Like, that feels bad. It feels like you're just fixing the champion from a mistake that you, like, a problem that you made. Even the common power, equip power is better than that? Yes, like, there's literally a common power that's better than your 2nd star power. Kane stole Orange star power. Yeah, like, all of the other decks, so Aatrox, create in-hand true random darken equipment. Super simple, straightforward, not difficult. It's just, there you go. Jack, all of his units auto-equip, so it doesn't really matter. For Kane, game start, create a random darken equipment, it costs 2 less. Super simple and straightforward. Very easy. We can go down to the bottom to Vayne. If you already have the attack token and fewer than 2 equipment in hand, create a golden spatula. Like, really good. I don't know why Ornn's has to be such a hassle. It's so bad. So it's things like that that I don't want them to use star powers to fix, only improve. Hopefully we get some more fixes for Nasus soon. I mean, really, his star powers are so much, like, this is so much better than it used to be. They really just need to fix this deck. I hate it so much. Renekton support champion. Talia support champion. Zillion support champion. Sivir support champion. Or support unit, I should say, not champion. Like, it's just, it's all over the place. I mean, honestly, if they change it, they're probably just going to take out the Sand Spinner and put in something from Nidalee. That's selling a problem and then selling the solution, like removing the headphone jack from headphones, then selling a cable to connect to headphones. Yeah, that's really what I'm really hoping they don't do. Like, yeah, I really hope they don't do that. That's an AI generated Mono Shurima deck, pretty much. Like, it's so bad. Oh, that's actually one thing I need to remember to do. I wanted to try to do Found Fortune on Nasus, because you're able to play him and then get a 0-cost rune runner with an epic item. Like, that's gonna be pretty nuts. So that is actually something I need to test. But yeah, really hoping they don't fall into that, because it would feel so bad. Like, I'm always in a dilemma of trying to be positive about the game, trying to be as supportive as possible about the game, but at the same time, I'm always going to be honest about the game, and if there's problems, like, I'm gonna say what I think a problem is, and that would definitely be a problem. I feel like Nico could use a little bit of love. Like, Nico's fine, and like, it's good for what we have, or for what's here, but I think a little help from Constellations could really spice this up and make it very interesting. Right now, Nico's kind of generic in my opinion. combo Nico is hella fine. Yeah, like, there is some nutty stuff you can do with Nico. I'm not saying Nico is a bad champion. I just think Nico's core kit is a little bit more boring. Like, Nico herself and the stuff you can do with her and her champion spell, the shape splitter, really fun. But her whole deck surrounding Nico, it's kind of like whatever, honestly. Nico's really strong in my opinion. The new Epic Axe, Beast Within, and personally, Rare Challenge Relic. But yeah, she's generic. I think they need to add more Shadow Isle cards to Nass's deck to enhance his Slay archetype. I mean, I would be all for that. I really don't understand the Guardian Orb build with the Beast Within. Oh, when there's the Beast Within. So I actually tried Beast Within build for Nico, and honestly, Guardian Orb works better. Like, I tried to go full unit focus with Nico, and well, this was into Lysandra, didn't work out too well. Guardian Orb definitely works out better. Having more Slay effects for Nasus would be decent. I mean, they can't really do like Shadow Isles in a Shurima deck, but I mean, there's a bunch of Slay cards that are in the game that they still don't have in his deck anyways. Like, we have, do we have any Slay synergy? No, we don't. Like, we have a removal spell, great. And then we have Nasus that has Slain, but literally nothing else has actual Slain synergy at all. Which is just kind of mind-blowing, because you think for Nasus, like, that's what his whole kit is built around. How are you think online, global online, and LOR? Of course, hardly any of us know the exact information. I am not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm struggling to read or understand what exactly you mean. Like, I get that English probably isn't your first language, so no salt or flame or no, yeah, not at all mocking or anything. I'm just not 100% sure what you're asking. All good. I don't know what language is your main language, but I guarantee you're doing way better than I possibly could in really any other language, honestly. All right, looking for Slain. So Ruinous Path could have been in there. Rampage and Bakai should have been in his deck. Would have been great. Also, if we search just Slay, then this is where we get a lot more. So Bakai Reaper, I don't know why this isn't in his deck. It's really solid. Like, it fits his whole theme. It's a Bakai. It's, yeah, like, I don't know why we don't have this and we have the Renekton one instead. Like, it's, yeah, kind of crazy to me. Rampage and Bakai with Locket, yeah, it would be great. So Constellations are still something I'm always very nervous about. Like, I'm hoping that they're great, but they're not something I'm overly excited about until we get some more information. I hope they're good, but I definitely could see some issues where it makes the game too grindy, and it just maybe ends up making champions feel too overpowered, but not actually as interesting or fun to play, because I don't really want to keep increasing the power level of units in the game. I think we already have units that are ridiculously strong. We don't need to make anything that is stronger. We just need to bring up some of the people that are weaker. So bringing up the underperforming champions, I think, is way better than making the champions we already have more difficult. And also, I don't want them to ever make anything like more difficult than Lysandra just for the sake of difficulty. Like, if you would make an adventure that's more difficult than Lysandra, but it's really fun to play, and the difficulty feels rewarding and not frustrating, then sure, make something more difficult, but just don't make something difficult for the sake of difficult, because that's really what Lysandra felt like. I kind of hope that since they're focusing on this game, they actually start expanding on it and giving us more adventures. Like, it's kind of sad that for Shurima we have one, and like Shadow Isles, I think as well, we have one. Targon, we have one. Freljord, we have one. So it's like, I kind of hope they expand out, giving us more adventures, even lower level adventures, like another 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, like the more mid-range, so we have more interesting things to play. That also will make the experience of starting the game feel way better, because now you have more adventures to go and complete, get more rewards from. I think that'd be more fun than just like, oh, this new tough high level challenge that's just absolutely insane. Vandal City next region, complete chaos adventure. I mean, yeah, they could also, I mean, there's so many things they could do. I know the team is small, they have very limited resources, but it's like, they could do events of like the Void invading and we need to fight back the Void. If they had like an expansion where we were fighting off the Void and then we were able to get some of the Void people as champions, they added like Kog'Maw, Cho'Gath, Malzahar, like just a Void themed expansion where they added like a Void evasion zone. That'd be awesome. There's also the like Ixtal or whatever that they could add. There's a lot of potential ways they could improve the game or just expand the experience. While Constellations are going to be fun, I kind of want to focus on the general game over the champions. Now, adding more champions to the game, great. Starting to add some of the existing roster back, fantastic. But we definitely need, well, I think we need more adventures in the middle part of the game. Having more things to play, help the user or early game experience. I think that'd be interesting. And also give us reasons to go back and play the adventures. Like, if they gave you a small reward for clearing the adventures with every champion, that would be fantastic. Because like right now, for a lot of the champions I have, they haven't completed most of the challenges. Like, the majority of champions I have done Nautilus. They've done one of the 3 stars, maybe both. And then they've gone to Aurelion Sol. A lot of champions I have probably haven't even done Galio. Like, since Aurelion Sol's been added to the game, all the champions after that, a lot of them haven't even done the Galio adventure. Like, there's not really as much of a point. So giving people reasons to go back and play them. Maybe even if they didn't do a reward every time you completed it, if they, in addition to the weekly adventures, they could say like, hey, one of these is the focus of the week. The first time you complete it, you get like the rewards again or something. I know the weekly adventure is kind of their solution to that. They somewhat go back and remix the old challenges. Yeah, I wish we had more reasons to go back and play all of the older adventures and not just try to play the higher level ones. Maybe they can add an adventure that had such good AI, it evaluates your strength and gives you a challenge for it. I mean, that's good in theory as well, but that would be difficult. A void event that adds modifiers to all adventures. Yeah, like imagine if there was a theme of void invasion, and so like every day, every couple days, the void has invaded different adventures along the way. So like in here, the Garen adventure is invaded, and one or two of the fights in there is different, or the fights that are already there, like they have void modifiers on them, making them tougher on you, and so you want to get in and destroy that challenge, and there's like a quest of like defeat this many void encounters. Like there's interesting things they could do that, while it obviously would be work, it wouldn't be, I mean, I don't think it's a ridiculous amount of work that's outside of the scope of possibility. That actually could have been done with Sentinels of Light event, yeah. I don't think Path was the main focus back then, that's true. I'm just saying, like, for Path, it's pretty much going to the point of being a live service game, where they want us to keep coming back and playing. A lot of us here are that type of players, that we are playing this game, we're doing the daily missions, the weekly quests, we're playing this game every single day. But there's so many games that have live service done well. Like, even though they're very monetized, a lot of the Genshin Impact, like Genshin Impact and then Star Rail, they had events and things that were happening, that was going on, that was giving you more of a reason to come back and play and see what was going on in the world. Or like Helldivers, a game that recently came out, and it has a story that's progressing in like real time that the entire community is focusing on, and so it's giving you more of a reason to come back and play the same thing over and over. It's just adding another layer on top of that that's giving you more context and more reason to keep playing. I think for Path of Champions, trying to add something that's spicing things up, something that is giving you more of a reason to come back and play over just the fact of like the daily and weekly rewards. Like, this is obviously a very reward focused game. We're playing it because we want rewards. We want to get the champions, we want to star them up. Like, at its core, yes, it's a fun game, but it is a rewards focused game. So with the events, yes, it'd be great to add more rewards to it, but just a reason to come back and keep playing the game would be so good. Don't forget monthlies too. Yeah, the monthlies are decent. The monthlies are a great addition that gives you more stuff to play. It's just, it's a little sad that what we have is very formulaic and somewhat stale, where pretty much every month it's the exact same thing, or every week it's like, okay, sign in, do your daily quest, work on any weeklies that you have. At the start of the month, work on your monthlies, but it's stuff isn't really changing. Every once in a while, okay, we get a new champion. There's just not a lot that's doesn't have really that same impact. And I will say the events we get in the event pass They are okay. And they're a decent attempt at these events. They say they're reworking how the events work. So I hope that they are going to try to lean into kind of what we've talked about and focus more on events, more of a reason to keep playing. Maybe that's what they're working on. Hopefully that's the case. Because yeah, the event passes, while they were still pretty basic, it was still giving you more of a reason to come back and play every single day, progress this event pass. Those are pretty good. The game stopped being about fun for a long while. I mean, in some regards, but then I go back and like, I hop on some of my favorite champions, like going on Norah and blasting through an adventure is very fun. Going on Volibear, also going through, blasting through, it's a great time. We just shell grind for a fleeting hope of joy. For the weekly adventures, they can reward us at least with some amount of fragments based on the star level. Yeah, so many possible mutators, and they're not in the pool. The game definitely, like, we're talking a lot about how the game can improve, but we should bear in mind that up until recently, Path of Champions was not the main focus. Now, while they announced that Path of Champions is going to be the focus going forward, it still takes a while to start making content and putting it out. Like the last update we just had, that was still an update they had when they were focused on PvP. So it takes a while for new stuff to come out. So try to bear that in mind, even though it's been like a month or 2 or 3 months since they announced they're focusing on Path of Champions. We haven't really seen the fruits of that yet. Yeah, the team is obviously way smaller. They have way less resources. But they say they're focusing on Path of Champions. Let's see what they do. Bearing in mind, the past 3 updates, we've had updates. Like, we've had stuff to Path of Champions. We haven't had any update where there's like, oh, no new content. We've gotten new relics, new champions, new powers, new items. Every single patch has brought stuff in that updates our side of the game. And that's been happening for like 3 or 4 months now. Like at least 3, potentially 4, maybe even more than that. So the game is still pretty much in a better state than it's ever been. I think a lot of us, we love the game, and so we see the potential. And the potential is definitely there. This game is not dead. It's in the best state it's ever been. But it definitely can get better. There's a reason the game is sometimes called Path of Waiting. Every patch they add like 4 little things and break 3 other things. I mean, that is true that it's definitely not a bug-free game. And normally there's a bug every single patch. And sometimes there's a bug that will last for a couple months. That is very true. I'm salty that they once again break Porofluft. Yeah, it's not great. Thank you all for hanging out with me, though. Just want to do a more chill, relaxed stream, hang out with you all. For the video we're going to do today or tonight, probably going to do Nidalee with the new relic now that they've fixed it. So probably showcase something like... Did I go past it? No, there it is. Probably do something like this tonight. But thank you for hanging out with me. We'll be streaming again tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, we won't do a stream in the morning because we're doing the interview. So that'll be fun. We'll be here on Twitch. But thank you all for spending some time with me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.